Okay. I kind of forgot where I put my Wiimote, but that doesn't matter because I will find it. Here it is, and we're gonna get playing. After playing some of the first Sonic Riders game, and Zero Gravity is my favorite, I figured this would be the opportune time to start streaming this game. Just a thought.
Sega.
Come on, Sega. What you got for me this time? I know completely, since I've beaten this game completely before. But we're gonna skip that. We're gonna get to the story anyway, so. In fact, that's the first thing we're gonna do. Ah, yes, the story about the heroes in Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. I gotta say, they kind of went in with the premise that it actually, I was about to say bleed, but it rather blends into the game rather nicely. Excuse me. It is that time.
Robots made by the leading security company Mediotech are no longer responding to commands and are running amok all over the world. The International Security Organization, GUN, has begun to investigate the event. Mediotech has not yet issued a formal
Is this the meteor that fell last night?
Yeah. The sound of the impact woke me from my sleep, and I found it outside. We'll be at Megalo Station shortly.
It's just for like my own convenience. Don't worry about it. So, and there you have it. Hold on a second.
Hey!
Ah! What should we do, Sonic?
That elevator!
That was weird.
What's up with them?
Are they the ones from the news?
Watch
Oh,
out!
look. Hopefully they don't end up being too loud. But if they are, please let me know, because I'm about to jump in that hall and play this at the same time.
Brace yourself!
And here goes.
What's going on? Is this the Stone's fault?
Damn, well, I guess I gotta watch this 1-minute video before I get in my league game.
Got him.
Captain with the purple dot though.
Yes.
That's an automatic spawner.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Speaking of automatic, this whole startup right here at Megalo Station is automatic. I don't even control it. Not like Sonic Freeway.
Right now.
Sonic Riders Zero Gravity.
Which version?
Wii.
Does that one have force motion?
They're not forced, and no. In fact, I mean it's the one with the Wiimote, but it's not forced like at all.
I saw a giant this year with the Wii version. Like,
Nah. Well, it is the Wii version. The controls are not forced. Like, there's no way to turn them off, but it's not forced. Cause like if you end up like turning the Wiimote, you'll end up still turning like so. It's a bit of a delay too, if anything. I think that's the only real problem with the motion control than anything. but I will 100% take this over the game just not responding to body movement. That's what it's called, sadly.
The third game, there's
almost nothing afterwards.
they just released the proper 360 controller, which is broken. Right? It's a good game if you reverse the connect.
Like, there's a couple of things that I would say is a little bit off with that, but they're more so nitpicks than anything. Nothing that really hampers the experience.
Some days someone's gonna do a PC mod release of Sonic Free Riders that we can just use the controller.
Like, what is it? The courses are a bit linear. The stuff does not, like, all the shortcuts don't feel fleshed out. There's no attacking and boosting. All you can do for attacking is like items and such. And the cornering is next to non-existent. Like, you have to use like either the poles that they leave out and everything, or what is it? Either the poles or like those little pipeways they have on the very end of corners and everything, like in Metal City. Up diet.
Free Riders is definitely one of those games where it's like tech demo controls will reflect the actual quality of the game, right? How they just
Yeah, because like all the flaws that I see with the game is mainly from what is worked around like with the Kinect and everything. It's nothing that like the game itself has to be blamed for.
Hey, I'm curious. You can't hear any of my music, right?
No, we can't.
I got rid of that problem.
Don't want to get copyrighted for you listening to music.
need the music box for Minecraft again. Copyright for your stream.
They don't give a guy a break, huh?
We can't just stand around here.
Right. Whoa!
Guess who?
Amy? What are you doing here?
Fated lovers are always drawn together, silly.
Amy?
Okay, you got me. I was running away from those robots. I was so scared.
Hey!
It's music though.
What's that? The cause of all my troubles. I picked it up and those stupid robots came after me. So that's it. Those things must be after this stone.
I guess that settles it then. The key to solving this mystery is Mediotech.
It is.
Hey, Sonic, we got company.
Okay, here we
I was playing PM earlier, like practicing air dodge, like and directional air dodge movement and all that.
I don't know if you're gonna get any practice out of using it though.
Or Melee.
It's kind of like a new air dodge
No.
put together.
It's not. I know that it's definitely like ultimate, but like it's just like if I'm like hit in the air, I know you can do this ultimate, like getting hit by the air, you can do directional air dodge to one of the battlefield platforms. That's what I'm really trying to do. I'm not trying to do like.
Oh, Melee you can't do that because like there's a bit of
Yeah, you can.
time before you can actually snap on the ledge. They're gonna try. We cannot wait to body all the Nespers that match air dodge.
You too.
Oh, them too.
They actually have to.
They get touched with the jab and they'll start air dodging immediately.
I know, right?
I was actually hoping
Get a throw on him, automatically air dodge. It's like, or it just one up there from cloud. Or like other things I get on there, they just air dodge.
You gotta stay on them on
The YouTube is terrible. But how good is air dodging already?
Yeah, that's pretty much the only good thing about like air dodging from like. I know the only bad thing from air dodging is like right after it hits stun, you get a little like limited mobility afterwards. You have to wait a little bit before you air dodge. Don't. You're just stuck in. You're pretty much stuck in one place in the air. Like there's very few exceptions to this. Very far in between. Otherwise, though, for ultimate, that's all gonna change. Not even because of the fact that it's a laggy option. It's the fact that, at least from what we saw so far, you can only do it once in the air. Like, I'm hoping to try out like going to New York City just in case it's only once. Because like I know it's almost brawl level, or maybe even more of like brawl levels of lag after air dodging. You know, just not landing on the ground though. He's starting up league. Okay, let me check some stuff. Not too much going on out there. But yeah, you guys see that the whole Bowsette stuff is already dying down, huh?
Not really.
Not
I don't
really.
think it's...
It is from my end of things. Even like the whole Princess Blue thing is just like...
No, I definitely been seeing a lot of Princess Blue things.
No, I definitely saw it. It's just like I don't see it nearly as much right now, if at all.
Shout out to us in between like every single goddamn Princess Blue picture, like on Twitter. My god, man. He complains about him seeing so much that was dead. Oh fuck, I said that. But like he does his life between all these blue people. It doesn't make any sense.
Looks like we need to watch our steps.
Oh, watch this. One wrong move.
Someone has said that they know about it, but they have.
Who couldn't know about it?
That's
Like anyone who uses, well, I can't even say just Twitter now, but like it's gone like beyond Twitter at this point. Like who doesn't know this?
Damn star.
it's been a while. Sonic
Bowser
the Hedgehog.
Peach helped their stocks more than the Nintendo Online service. That should tell them something.
No, probably not.
We're here to settle the score from last time. Anytime, Babylon rogues.
Cut it out, Storm. All right, Kirby. Hand over the Ark of the Cosmos.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Not after swiping the Ark of the Cosmos right out of our hands. Hey, hold up a minute. Girls hate guys who rush them, Jet. Rush? Ha! I'm the fastest thing in the universe, and today I'm gonna prove it.
All right, let's go, Jeff.
Ha!
Sonic, we can't stay here.
Looks like we'll have to do the reunion later. See ya, Jet. Hey, wait!
Up here.
A while to queue or why?
No, it's just this guy's playing super campy.
Oh. All right, here we go.
Get my way.
Yo, something to try. Okay, something I've always wanted to talk about this freaking Knuckles' like X-Rank animation, how does the board come back to him after he tosses it? Like, I know he's not tossing it too far, but like, I'm going to question it. Don't even try to convince me otherwise.
What genre are we playing again? Like all of us right now? What is there? I'm just gonna say.
I'm playing racing genre. What are you guys playing?
Why can Mario breathe in like space, but not when it comes to water?
What? And like, no, he can spin in water.
I mean, breathe in water.
Oh, breathe. Okay. Yeah, that. See, he has the right idea. Also, it's been going pretty well so far. How about you? Yo, Ed, welcome back. Like you won't see him, tossing the gear now since I've changed it to a bike. But when it's the board, for some reason, he's just like, I don't know. It's just the fact that he's tossing it, and like it's not even the fact that he's tossing it; it's the fact that it's coming back. And yes, the Wii version. My question is, what happened after that assignment? Sound well muted here? Yeah, that's understandable. Like, for me, like, there's a lot of things this game has improved, but at the cost of just going a bit slower. So, like, it's overall a bit slower than the first game. So, and it is racing, so fundamentally speaking, it would just make a lot of sense. But there's a lot of things I like about this game. Sounds like Sonic right there, right? My guy Robert making speed boots now? Anyone know who Robert from 06? Yeah, he's the guy who makes the shoes. Dang. I mean, he's pretty lit too. I don't know about the only nice one. Yo, shout out Chaos 69 with the beautiful follow.
That was me. That's me. I forgot. I still haven't followed you.
Oh my god.
You can use that power too.
That's like my 20. I
really?
still use my like 20. 2013 Twitch account. So yeah, that's why that name is like old.
I can't really, like on Streamlabs I can't really turn it up, so I'd more likely say that it's the fact that the game's too loud. So let me fix
What's this racket and now of all times?
okay. How about the
Huh? What went flying just now? Do I look like a ball to you?
I mean low key.
Eggman, what are you doing here?
What do you mean? I own this company.
What?
Yeah, I would have made the Call of Duty
So
video,
you're the
but
ringleader
then I
behind
saw
this one too, Eggman?
Twitch was streaming
What
the
devil are you babbling about?
final episodes of the Johto
cut
League
the act.
on the
I'm
Pokemon
talking
thing,
about the
so like I had to
global
like
robot rampage.
I had to watch them.
You
Oh.
must be joking. That's been quite a
Of
headache
course, that
for
took
me
some
as
time.
well. Like we'll believe anything you say. Calm down.
I love how Knuckles is the one who says that.
I'll let you in on something. Not even I know why they've gone amok, but they appear to be following a leader.
A leader? Well, I guess for now we'll buy that Eggman isn't involved.
From one story? Come on.
So maybe that has nothing to do with the robots that attacked us.
Where did you get that?
So you were holding out on us, Eggman?
Spill everything you know, now! All robot activity within my facility is normally controlled by the mother computer. As the core of the Meteotech network, it was supposed to be the perfect computer. But as of a few days ago, I've been unable to control it remotely.
Wait, is that low? Is that that area from Unleashed? Like, that looks like that same area Dr. Pickles was in at Unleashed, except more technologically occupied.
That stone can convert huge amounts of mass energy into other forms of energy, and exudes a unique magnetic field.
Lucario. They gave Lucario the blog of the day.
Shut up and listen. In any case, it appears
Oh
that
boy.
somehow the robot's leader
Wait, for
also
Smash?
contains a stone with similar powers to the one in the
Yeah, like the
mother
blog,
computer.
like we were talking about Lucario.
Oh, okay, like the next blog entry. Alright. Gonna give that a look after
If my
this
deductions are
stage.
correct, the robot's leader is using the world's robots in an attempt to collect these strange stones from around the globe.
There's only like 7. Where did all
Why
these
do they
come
need
from?
the stones?
That even I don't know.
They're drawn to one another.
That Lux is just everywhere, and that Lux
What?
just died.
These aren't just some rocks. They're spoken of in Babylon
I'm only
clan
level
legend
7.
as...
That's okay.
Ah! That's right! Girl! Give me back the Ark of the Cosmos!
Amy's gone. Storm's not here either.
Sounds like we've got a fix on the robot leader's location. Satellite monitor on.
Okay. That's the leader. That's Storm, and there's Amy.
Amy!
Don't know why Amy's purple, but okay.
Alright, dude.
What's up, dude? Yeah, and as you could tell, not every mission involves just you getting the first, but also within a time limit.
I'll do my best.
Cool. I think I messed up the timing. Never mind. But yeah, if you're not too fond of like the gravity mechanic, this game is pretty much a slower version of. Actually, yeah, it would be a slower version of the first Sonic Riders game. Ironically enough, Free Riders, like when I'm actually playing it, Free Riders has a lot of things that are much like the first game. So it's like, if this wasn't it, and Free Riders didn't have like the Connect, this could have been it. Like the game you would look forward to. But as you can tell, that's no longer the case. And it kind of sucks because like there's so much to talk about with that freaking game, but the controller kind of messed it all up, and that's all I'm ever going to hear about that game. Understandably so, but still. Alright. Yeah, as you could tell, there's... When you're playing like Grand Prix or some of the story, it's really straightforward, but when you play Free Race, oh my goodness, the rubber banding is all over the place. And I'm not talking about like just one or two opponents, I mean just like being across the board. Some will somehow be faster than you, others will just be like infinitely slower. Will have like nearly the same speed as you, but just slightly slower and or faster. It's just a mess when it comes to free racing. But it does kind of force you to use the gravity, so I could say that there's no real downside. Like maybe? Question. Oh yeah, you no longer get ranks in the middle of doing tricks while jumping into a character shortcut, sadly. My thing is that not just the gravity mechanic, but how they handle the balancing of the boards. Like for example, you know Fastest from the first game? Like the literal vehicle known as Fastest. Fastest one in the game, right? Here, due to like how much they nerfed like acceleration across the board, like all the boards pretty much, it's kind of sad now. Like first off, it's not even the highest in speed. Second, the acceleration is just not worth trying to get to top speed anyway. Like you'd have to give it to like say someone with good acceleration for that to work. Just not fun, honestly.
Amy!
It took you long enough. What happened here? Don't ask me. First it comes flying at me full tilt and then it just blows up.
It blew up?
Yeah, I could do like a little showcase for this as well.
Does that mean
Like for all the vehicles and
Tails?
how much is different.
Sorry, I need to think it through a little more first.
Yeah.
Hey, where's that meathead store?
He grabbed something out of this robot and hightailed it out of here.
So does this mean the rampaging robots will all cool it?
I don't think it's that simple. If Eggman started all this by putting that stone in his mother computer, I don't think it'll stop until we remove it.
So where is that?
Wait, I remember Storm saying something weird about the thing he took from that robot matching something they found
Jesus
someplace
Christ.
else. Well,
He just spammed all his
where
buttons.
was it he said? Giga, something like that. Wait, Gigan.
The Gigan rocks.
Right, what you said.
You know it, Knuckles?
It's a pretty famous ruin among us treasure hunters. A legend about shooting stars tells of some star shard sealed there that can grant your wishes.
Shooting
Is that what it is?
Sonic, let's head to the Gigan Rocks right away. We might find a clue about these stones.
Oh jeez.
Leave the directions to me. But they say the star shard is in a sacred chalice deep in the ruins, and getting there ain't easy. Nobody's made it back alive yet. We'll be risking our necks.
Yeah!
Don't
Don't worry, that's nothing new.
That's nothing new. There's that Goku showing again, I'm just saying. Now, this could be, this level, this can be either one of the most entertaining stages to play in, or one of the most boring, and it only takes one item for that to happen. I'll gladly show you what item I get if I'm unlucky enough to get it. Oh, the music here is exquisite, like, my goodness. Like, it definitely has, like, what is it, that vibe from, I guess you could say Pre-Unleashed? I'm not sure which came out first, like, they both came out around the same year. And I realize I have a bike. Okay. Well, you see that item right there, the chain? Whenever you get hit with a chain or something like that, that means you can't do gravity dive in this section. And if you can't do a gravity dive, oh my goodness, this section here will be the most boring thing here. Oh yeah, that's the one thing though, like, I feel like boosting could have helped. If not, like, pretty much... Actually, yeah, boosting would have helped a lot with the acceleration issues I mentioned before. Because, like, you wouldn't have to worry so much about trying to just stay on the same path over and over again, like, without doing too much turning. And you can just press a button, and right there you're above top speed, and you just wait for it to go down. But No, no. See, that's broken. We gotta get rid of that. Thankfully, though, there is one gear in particular that I want to show off that actually, with good amounts of GP, you can just use to break a lot of the level design here. But at the same time, it's one of the slower vehicles in the game. It's not one of the slowest. Not counting Money Crisis. Money Crisis, ugh. We have another vehicle that is just very poor in design. But at the very least, I can see where they're coming from with that one over the Berserker in the first game. Way more. This one right here, this item right here can turn that whole section in the gravity dive into probably the most boring thing. Not only because obviously, and this one too. Like, if I didn't activate gravity dive immediately, I would have been stuck not being able to do it. So I was kind of lucky there. Oh, was it? You think the times in this? Oh boy, try going through like a Grand Prix with this. Like, I feel like this would have been a lot better if I had like the gear I can choose as opposed to the one the game ends up giving me for the story. Like a lot more.
Gone!
What's wrong, Knuckles?
The legends say the Star Shard is supposed to be in this chalice. Did it roll off somewhere in the quake?
Oh, here we go.
Hey, Tails. What's up with this painting?
The Divine Wings. Divine Wings? Yes, the legendary bird that the gods rode through the heavens. Knuckles, see if you can read this inscription.
The Divine Wings, straddler of stars, lose their plumes to the dark and fall to the ground. The plumes become as stars returning to this land. We, the children of Babylon...
Babylon?
What connection do they have with these stones?
Keep reading.
We still don't know that. But could the stones those robots are after be the plumes written about here? The Divine Wings, straddler of stars. Could they be power units used to operate some starship?
So this Divine Wings thing is...
Right. Babylon Guardian.
Oh boy, Eggman flying off again. I'm saying, Sonic Adventure 3 is right here, guys.
I was
Knuckles,
pressing my
what does the
E.
rest of the inscription say?
Huh? Oh, right. We, the children of Babylon, seal one star here and another within the Great Scar.
I feel like Luke
formed
doesn't
in
read my
heaven's
inputs
fall,
sometimes. I
until the
swear.
time of the Divine Wings rising.
Like, even when you super mash it.
Great Scar?
Oh, Ed, wait until we get to the Babylon story. You'll get more. You'll get a better look at the
Lying
model.
in the east among earth stained red by the dawn's light.
Eggman and Jet were headed east. The Great Scar must be the crater formed when the meteorite struck ground.
Someone died at
That
the tower.
must be where Eggman found the plume.
Which means the mother computer...
Is probably waiting
Oh, you already
there,
saw it?
too.
Okay.
All right, time to go catch up.
Dun, 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 dun.
Huh?
And I love how instead of just chasing after them, they just wait for me. Like, what the heck's this?
Where's Eggman?
They call it the Crimson Tower. It's Mediotech's signal.
Here we go.
Commands sent out here relay through facilities across the world to control the robots. In other words, you're looking at Mediotech's brain.
That think Eggman nabbed the arms
This
of
looks like the same
cosmos.
area that they end up using eventually for
This time.
Unleash as well.
Planning to use the
They
storm's
touched it up a little
power
bit,
to
but it's
issue
still
an
there.
order to all the world's robots from this tower. Sooner or later, he was planning to set the robots rampaging. That was probably his reason for forming Mediotech in the first place.
There's a lot of connections I'm seeing with the Sonic Riders series so far. It's honestly kind of scaring me.
Looks like we gotta storm the place.
Like, look very closely at like the top portions of it.
You think I was just sitting
Like this
around
right
twiddling
here.
my thumbs? Sonic the Hedgehog. I follow you. Sorry to keep you waiting. First one to nab Eggman gets all of the arcs of the cosmos. And the title of fastest creature in the universe. Huh. Sounds like fun to me. Let's get started.
And then Jet's pride gets in the way, and now we have to race him. I gotta beat Sonic. The I gotta beat Sonic factor finally kicked in. Alright, here we go.
All right, bring it on.
Yeah, when it's over? Yeah, pretty much. Probably got freaking dusted from the whole process. But yeah, if you do not like, if you happen to not like the gravity mechanic, this level will actually be your worst nightmare. At least for the gravity control section. There's on it, you really don't need to worry too much about gravity diving here. So if it was just like, what is it, from the Sonic Riders 1, this level would easily just be pretty much the Mario Kart 64 Rainbow Road of zero gravity. And I am not, and I hold true to that comparison. Other than that, surprisingly, in terms of like character shortcuts, there's really not too much going on around here. At least if you're just going through like all the top routes and everything, because I know the bottom route has a couple of grinding sections. And honestly, I think the grinding section is actually better than just taking the top route. And you know what? I think the absolute worst thing about this stage is you'll never get to hear the whole thing just because of how much the game encourages you to use the gravity. Huh? Where in the world did you get free riders from all I've been talking about so far? Like, you'd be hearing me panting by now. Like, I can easily say that I'm not like the most fit person, like, in this, or even in this call for one. But like, oh boy. Alright, now the opening I can't really disagree with. It's actually one of the best things about the game. I didn't get to show it off because, or at least, or did I? I'm not sure. I don't think I did, but either way, it's a really good opening. You'll find it eventually.
I used to play that like crazy.
That's all.
Sweet.
And then here we have the ending. Ah, the tornado again. Ugh.
So this is the master unit.
System error detected. All commands cancelled.
My Eggman
Like,
land plans
dude,
are in
if
ruins
Sonic
after
Riders
all
1
these years.
had
Deal with it,
online,
Eggman. You're through.
that would have been the most
A trap!
amazing game ever.
Believe it or not, that's the Free Riders is actually very close to that.
Guarded.
Like I mentioned earlier, Free Riders has a lot of
Resonance from all
features and
five
mechanics from the
colonies
first
must
game,
have
as well as like
fallen down.
Xbox Live Online and everything.
Then the legends were right.
I think Amy just
Yeah.
stayed behind, honestly. I think she would have been lost in the whole thing.
We haven't settled anything yet.
It's too bad.
Turning tail and running away,
Sega just
Sonic the
shot themselves
Hedgehog.
in the
Running
foot.
away? Who do you think I am?
What was that?
I'll be waiting.
It did put on the Xbox.
See you in
Yeah,
the World
360.
Grand Prix.
Connect.
Connect, that's what it's called. It's a Connect game.
I think this is my favorite Heroes theme out of all of the Riders games. But we're not gonna hear right now. We'll hear it later. But right now it's time for Babylon.
Yes, I have a Teemo on my team. That character is so irritating.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, because I don't have to deal with him.
Okay, that sounds about
If
right.
anything, honestly, I can make him work for me. It's even better. 100 times better.
Oh snap, I forgot about the open beta of Soul Calibur 6. That's this weekend, right?
What'd you say?
The open beta of Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, I don't be playing Soul
That
Calibur.
takes care of that.
Oh, really?
I think the last time I played Soul Calibur was like fucking when Link was in that game.
Okay, that's Soul Calibur 2. Everyone played that one.
Bro, Link was in that game. When did Nintendo ever allow stuff like that?
Since then, I'm not sure. But like, I think the most I can think of was like the other way around, where they allow Square Enix characters in a Mario game. And then there's Bayonetta 2, but those are just for costumes and such, not actual.
Hey, what you doing?
Wait, what's that one game that
Making
the,
a wish.
like foxes in?
They
Starlink?
say if
Starlink,
you make a
yeah.
wish before it
Yeah,
disappears,
okay, that's
it'll come
another
true.
recent one.
How old are you? Grow
When
up.
Nintendo does stuff like
Right,
that, it's
boss?
actually really surprising.
Pretty cool if you ask me. But I kind of hope that we get to know more actual info on Starlink and not just like the Star Fox content on the Switch. Because oh my goodness, I want to know why I'm getting this game and not just a Star Fox game at this point.
It's not supposed to be a Star Fox game. It just has Star Fox.
Exactly, but the way they're marketing it is just like, hey, this is that Star Fox game you're looking for, right? This one right here, this one, right?
No, the trap.
Me too, honestly. I'm hoping for that as well. Like, an evolution of Star Fox beyond just Star Fox 64 and different iterations would be very nice. Escape from the ruin. Oh, just more escaping. And for some reason, it's still 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Like, what's up with that specific time? Oh yeah, unlike, I'm pretty sure you already know this, but like, unlike the first game where it's like everything, it's the exact same order as Heroes, but with the Babylonian side of the story. No, here they completely change up the stage order because the story actually makes sense, you know? And it's not just for a race or anything like that. Well, actually for Jet it kinda is, but you know what I mean. Well, I just want to know, how do you hold a grudge like that for so long? Particularly just for one person. Like if it was a group I'd understand, but just one person? Come on. Well, in this case, one hedgehog. Like, my guy, it's not that serious. It's funny, but then it gets kind of sad, like when you look into some of the stuff from Free Riders. Like it's like a borderline obsession in that game. Good lord. And I love how Wave and Storm are actually somewhat catching up. Then again, I'm not even trying to go for shortcuts and all that. I'm just playing. You know, with how much talk I'm giving Free Riders, it sounds like it. But the thing is, I don't have the Connect to play it. Like, I have the system, I have the game, but no Connect. See the problem? Like, that one device is very necessary to play a video game. It kind of sucks because, like, when I was younger, I do remember playing through Free Riders a lot, and believe it or not, I didn't even have that much of a trouble with the tutorial or like the actual gameplay. And you would think online would be an issue due to like lag and the controls on top of all that, but no, like for some reason I probably just had a really good room for that when the game came out. You know, one of those kind of super lucky cases of being able to play the game. Incapable of playing it. Like, didn't have a Connect, no 360, or just did not have the patience for it. Oh, didn't have good. Yeah, see, that's the other issue. Like, just to be able to play the game, you needed like good enough space. Oh, and the patience thing. But yeah, you need like good enough space just to be able to play any game on the Connect. You know, if spatial limitations, you're pretty much screwed. That entire lineup is just. Wait, what can I use? Your entire lineup of games is just gone out the window.
Figured it out, Jet.
Yeah? What you got?
As I suspected, the Ark of the Cosmos is an engine unit for the Babylon Garden, invented by our ancestors.
An engine part?
Not just any part. I'll need to analyze
Oh, look! Just look at Jeff. Oh my
The
goodness.
stone's magnetic field is able to transmute a planet's mass energy and create a singularity to...
Can the boring speech. What can this thing do for me?
To put it simply, the stone can temporarily charge up gravity, then convert it to power Babylon Garden's warp drive.
Sounds promising. So that power was gravity, huh?
One more thing. The Babylonian scrolls say there are 5 arcs of the cosmos. One serves as the master unit, while the other 4 attract each other and serve under it.
Okay, so if they attract each other, you should be able to make some kind of arc-finding radar. Get on it!
Understood.
Boss!
Keep it down! And what do you want?
Here we go.
Take a look at this!
Still be in the city area. Once again, that was the scene from Megalo City Museum this morning, when a Mediotech security robot stole a meteorite on display. The robot is at large and is suspected to still be in the city area.
That's an arc of the cosmos! Storm, set a course for Megalo Station at full throttle!
Roger that, boss.
Ha! These things really do attract one another!
Alright, here we go. Now we just gotta get this thing. You know, this would have been an easy chance to make an attack type minigame or attack type mission, but no. Instead, they're gonna make it into a race. Nothing wrong with it, it's just so much more they could have done with it. Yeah, that's... I felt like that was the case until, like... What? Actually, let me restart because I want that 100 rings. I always felt like that was the case until, like, maybe Unleashed, where they actually put some characters in, like, the main game. You know, like the hub world and everything, not the actual levels, because that would be crazy. That being said, it would be nice to see something like that where the inhabitants are actually in an area when it's not completely affecting... There we go. When it's not completely affecting, like, the actual gameplay. Oh, you know what other game had that? I'm sorry I have to say this, but... the other game that actually happened to do this kind of thing, but was actually necessary for like some of the missions, was Sonic and the Black Knight. One of the best storyline Sonic games we've ever gotten. Like that and Secret Rings is why we should have emphasis on story in Sonic games. I can't even I can't even say that with a straight face. Oh, good lord. I'm glad that you do. I'm glad that you like Black Knight. It's one of those titles that I think is underrated, and for like the wrong reasons. But I still stand by the fact that, it's one of those examples where it's like, it's nice that they try to do like a bit of a story emphasis on a Sonic game, even if it is a story from something that's already existed, but I still like it. It's just, I feel like they probably could have put a little bit more emphasis on like, gameplay. People would like it a bit more. Back when people cared a lot more for gameplay than just story. Well, not just story, but like, admittedly decent blend of both. And I already talked to you about like how like narrative heavy games, like not counting Telltale, because like they were on fire with that. It's just, you know, sales did not really translate so well with that. It's just like heavy narrative on like gameplay. Well, it sounds nice and definitely is something I could possibly get behind. It's just not very, I don't know, right now it just doesn't seem so done well. Like, there's this one game, Rhyme, that I used to play on the PS4 when it was free on like the PlayStation Plus. It was nice, like, I like what they were going for with it. Then the gameplay started, and then I realized, I was like, okay, I'm walking now, but maybe I can pick up the pace a little bit. They did some puzzles and I liked it, but it was just pretty much puzzles and a lot of walking when I ended up playing it. I just stopped afterwards because I don't know, like the gameplay just felt super simple with its puzzles and everything. Like I want a game, not just oh, here's the story, here's what you need to pick up on the info. By the way, here's some gameplay. Now focus on the story elements again. Please, no more of that. Like that game just could not hold my attention, and on top of like some frame rate issues, I really just don't want to go back to that. Well, we don't talk about the plot twist here. Like, I know that it's really good, it's just for now.
From those robots. I was so
Why is it always me?
Hey!
Why am I always the one they target?
The cause of all my troubles. I picked it up and those stupid robots came after me. So
I've been hearing a lot about Nier.
Ah!
Oh yeah, I know you dislike the game. I never played it, so I can't really say I know much about what goes on with Nier to say why people like it. All I know is a lot of people like the main characters.
Just wait,
That's about it.
Sonic the Hedgehog. You won't be calling yourself the world's fastest for long.
He's still holding that grudge. I gotta beat Sonic. I really gotta beat Sonic. Anyway.
You think you can win with that board?
Actually, you know what? Just a treat. Hold on a second. Just for the rest of Babylon. Okay, wrong area. Thankfully, these loading screens are super short.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Oops, wrong one. I'll have to find an opportunity because between eventually getting Puyo Puyo Esports, Head Up on 2 Remastered, if that ever is a thing, the Spiral Trilogy, and of course Smash Ultimate. Right now, it just does not look like a good time for me to get it as of 2018. Maybe later in 2019 I'll look into it. Was it here? Yeah, here. Near Automata.
Oh. I have it, but I haven't played it. So I can't. I don't want to be the one to.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this character is irritating. Oh my god, this is the most irritating character I ever fought in my life.
奴らより先回りして情報を集めましょう。
待ってろよ、ソニック・ザ・ヘッジホッグ。地上最速を語れるのも今のうちだぜ。
The voices are not actually too very like not too different with their tones. In fact, I think for some reason Storm's Japanese voice is it's somehow sounding very close to the freaking English voice actor. You just gotta hear it. I think it's the next stage coming up too. Alright, let's pretend that never happened. Also, this is actually my least favorite Babylon stage. Just want to throw that out there. The heck is this? Can you believe a game like this ended up getting dual audio of all things? I see. Like what is it? Unlike the English VA for like Japanese Sonic VA, I have very little historical context with, including like Sonic X. But Wave sounds a bit too calming here. Just a bit. Wait, is what? No, that's just grind. Well, let me know about like, I think with, oh, what is it? I think with Jet it's pretty much the same case with the English voice actors where it's like Jet and Sonic have like the same VA. I'm not sure about that, so can you please check? I checked myself, but see right now. I think I can. Wow, I actually made it up here. For some reason, you can't actually make it up here like completely on your own. Gotta always gravity just to do it. And even then, there's like shortcuts that'll go up there anyway, so it's like no point. Maybe for that early boost, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I remember, what is it? Like, you were just talking about that. Wait, what happens? Like, what updates? You think it happens with Windows too? Don't worry, you're not alone on that. Probably some small stuff that we don't really use. Yeah. But yeah, I was just playing a little bit of Eggman's Japanese voice earlier with one of my boys, Dev, in here. Thankfully, that cutscene is coming up too. So, wait, no, you don't see that in Babylon. Never mind. Not until like much later. Wait, he was the voice actor for? No, he was the father of the voice actor. That's crazy. Oh, they're different? Okay.
回のパーティーはお預けだ。またな、ジェット。おい、待て。
おっと、石を渡してもらわなきゃここを通すわけにはいかないわいな。
ちょっとどいてよ。トニックを見失っちゃうんじゃないの。
Oh boy. Escape from storm. I'm pretty sure I already know this, but this is the only time you can ever play as Amy with her quote-unquote classic outfit. I'm not sure if there's like a cheat code or something to enable, what is it, playing this outside of it, but from all I know, this is essentially a story exclusive costume. There's probably good reasons behind it too.
They made me play this. I'm so pissed.
Bruh. Just play your lane, man.
Okay, I got it. I can do this. I think. I just have to play in.
Yeah, I've been catching up with some of your tweets about it. But I'm pretty sure even that doesn't like accurately describe it, does it? Let's see. I did not jump, are you? Okay, I think there's another opportunity coming. For like 5 seconds. I'm kind of in the zone of playing right now. I hate when that happens. Like, maybe when I'm like playing Smash, it'd be fine, but like, friggin' when it comes to playing this, it's like, I don't know how I can be getting into the zone or something like this. And what is up, across the Kool-Aid? Bro, what is it? How has it been with you? To say underutilized is a bit of a understatement, but otherwise I still think it's a fun game. Plus, I'll take this and like not have to deal with force motion controls playing Wiimote. This is the way I play Zero Gravity, by the way. Over Free Waters, where I have to like move my body basically through the T-pose, freaking reach my arms up, like sideways, do this with a partner just to play the game. I'll take this, even if I have to play motion with this, even Wii Remote vertically over that, because the most I gotta do is like what, use a sensor bar for that? I didn't know he makes a sound effect there. He never does that in English. What the heck? Just stays silent and just falls over.
一体ここはどこなの？ちょっと、あんたのせいでソニックとはぐれちゃったじゃないの。
Nice. The most depressing song on the album decided to play as the game is
責任を
about
持
to
って出
start.
口を探しなさい。わかってるわね。
わかったわいな。
I don't know why they decided, suddenly decided to freaking make a cut there.
何の音？
It's starting to seem like it because recently I was also watching the Yokai Watch movie again, and both it was English and Japanese, and there was a lot of voice clips in Japanese that were still played versus English where it just stays a bit awkwardly silent at times. Like there's one moment I know in particular where Nate's grandfather ends up using the Yokai Watch Model 0, but there's no voice that comes out of it.
ギガ？
これで2つも手に入ったわいな。早速ジェット様に報告だわいな。
なんなのよ。ったくもう。
Oh yeah, something to know. I'm pretty sure I already said this, but just to emphasize, this is honestly a new experience for me just hearing the Sonic characters in Japanese after pretty much my entire life playing Sonic. But yeah, I still stand firm on the fact that for some reason Storm's Japanese VA sounds actually has a bit of resemblance to that in English. Oh, I need you to go into detail about that experience, cause oh boy, if Sonic Adventure as it was, or rather as it is, interested me in English, I gotta hear what it sounds like in Japanese. Like, don't sweat the details. I really missed that 100 right there. Wait, okay. There's no way. Like, I refuse to believe, I actually refuse to believe that's actually a thing in the game. Because at that point, it would just sound like, wow, Sonic is obviously something created in Japan. That would also mean, like, anything involving voice work would just mean that we kind of pioneered it. I don't want to say we pioneered the idea of Sonic talking, but at the same time, if they introduce the main character like that, then you just gotta assume at that point. Ah. Oh, Kenji. Okay. I know a lot of people were kind of going in about the I gotta say, that must be an interesting portfolio then. the Japanese voice of Captain Quark. What? Okay, I know about Captain Quark, but I had no idea he was the voice actor. That's actually, like I said before, an interesting portfolio to have. Okay, I think I'm far enough to just go English the whole way through now that you got a taste of what it sounds like. Oh wait, no, you still gotta hear English, like Japanese Eggman first. Gonna make it really quick. I gotta ask, is this the same voice actor that played Eggman in the OVA? Like, I don't see any reason not to have him like do that role as well. Oh, and if you thought Eggman flying was ridiculous in the first game, just wait. Like, you can't, like, there's no way you can fly in this game, because unfortunately there's no preset bike where you can use every ability. But just check out the running real quick. Like, this is legitimately Sonic 2 Eggman right here. The voice is different? Okay, that's what I thought. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering how I'm doing this, this is the vehicle called Big Bang. The surprise here is that this is the only vehicle where if you fill up the GP, something else will happen entirely. And in this case, you go into attack form. Now, it's not the same speed as when you get the attack item, which is 300. Here, you only get like 250. But like getting that thing filled up is so easy. Look at this. Add this on top of like X ranking, S plus rank, or is it SS? I think it is. Yeah, SS. And you just be running throughout like a good 2/3 of the whole way through. At least with 80s Boulevard, I think 90s will work a little differently. Also, I love how this is 80s Boulevard, but they still have the nerve to show off a lot of Sonic stuff still. There's obviously some like stuff from other Sega games, but like, come on, guys. But they did go in on the 90s Boulevard with all the classic Sonic titles and everything. Like, heck, you even see like a poster of Jet Set Radio in here. Just thinking about like there being references in this is pretty cool, though. It doesn't beat like Sega Carnival and Sega Illusion in the first game. Like that game, oh my goodness. Alright, so before I swap it to back to English, let me show you something with the shop. You know how the most expensive thing was like 5,000 rings? The Omni Tempest? I want you to take a guess before I press the 2 button. How much do you think is the highest here? I'll check out some other stuff when you make the guess. $5,001. That's a pretty good guess. That's a pretty good guess. But this is 6,000. 10K. That is actually that one's way closer. Way closer. This right here is 6,000. 6,700. 8,300. 8,500. 9,200. And the last one that I think is coming up. Almost 10,000. Like, you're just one off. Just one off. Now you probably think, even with the gambler, how the heck do you plan on being able to get that much in just this game? Like, how the heck do you manage to plan on that if you only get like 1,500 a lap? Not 1,500 a lap, but a 1,500 per like Grand Prix. Thankfully, that's actually not the case. The effect is the same with the gambler, but because of the way the zero gravity controls slots, there's actually 2 slots that you can use to increase the ring cap up to 250. So 250 with winning is 500 right there. And since every Grand Prix has 6 courses, that's basically 3,000 rings right there, and you get the 500 from winning. That's 3,500 rings per Grand Prix. That's insane. I can get the highest thing in just 3 Grand Prix, just like that. But yeah, we're back to English now. This is where I was talking about earlier with the cutscene with a better look at the model, but you said you already saw it, so... Love that picture, by the way.
He's late! What's taking Storm so long anyway?
Sorry, boss.
You're late!
You're late!
But I brought back something good.
Huh. Not bad, Storm. Not bad.
Jet,
What is it?
I found a passage in that ancient text that has me wondering. I'll try to paraphrase it simply enough for you to follow.
The condescending.
We've reached our decision. We must sever the engine unit from this vessel. For if we delay, the contraction of the engine's core will lead the lightless black to consume everything.
Lightless black?
Lightless black? What the heck does that mean?
Who can say? What are your thoughts?
How should I know? Anyway, we can leave the thinking for later. For now, we need to collect these arcs of the...
I want to know how the heck did Eggman manage to sneak and manage to get those arcs of the cosmos just like that? Oh, here we go, guys. This is it. The Sonic Adventure 1 model right here.
Why the dirty! Sneak onto my ship, will he? Full speed ahead! Follow him!
It just looks so out of place. Like compared to the ship that Babylon Rogues are in. So out of place. And we already saw this cutscene. It's the exact same. Ah, but now we get to play as Jet after so long. Here we go.
No way I'm gonna lose!
Now this one, I will say, this one is infinitely more interesting than the Mediotech Tower we have to deal with in the Heroes version. Like, there's a lot more going on here. Yes, it still requires some gravity, but here it's actually pretty fun to deal with. Plus, they give you actual shortcuts, not just gravity just so you can make turns. Plus, even taking these routes, it would make this like at least a little over a minute long. Just one lap, maybe even less if I'm good enough. Ooh, that was lucky. Oh, I wanted another gear change. There we go. Like, it's shorter, but a lot more interesting in the process, if you ask me. Unfortunately, there's no hidden route or anything like that, like with the first Riders game with like secret rails and everything. I'll never understand why only the earlier levels of Sonic Riders had that, save for the first 2 levels in the game. But everything else just has nothing, except maybe like a reference or two. Alright. Oh, when you're like in first place, it's honestly the rarest thing, if not just flat out impossible to get. If you have the Big Bang, however, you can ride those shortcuts just fine. That's pretty much the only like upside to having the Big Bang and being in first. You can actually take the shortcuts if you wish. That being said, oh wait, what the heck? That being said, the shortcuts themselves aren't really that much impressive, especially when you just launch so slow onto them. I might show off those shortcuts too now that I have the Big Bang unlocked. Hey! No, we still got more to go. You know, Babylon Garden looks so much smaller in the actual, like, when you look at it in-game compared to the first one.
Hey, we haven't settled anything yet.
Look at that. Just leave them wanting for more.
Jet, we have other things to take care of. Let's hurry to Babylon Garden.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that, like, you could just feel his pride just going out of his body right now, like,
I suppose we should head home too.
Hey Sonic, why do you think the ancient Babylonians sealed away that power unit in the Gigan Rocks?
Beats me.
Something's not right. The lightless black that assaulted the Divine Wings. And how that robot chasing Amy just exploded. Oh, we can't let those meteorites get near Babylon Garden!
look at that, just 2 pieces right there and suddenly there's a robot. This game really gives you like the most bare information necessary for continuing with the story, I guess. And I can't say it doesn't work, like it clearly works here.
How is that thing still flying? Eggman!
I don't know.
What?
All I can say is that something nearby is generating a massive electromagnetic pulse. That may have forcibly engaged the program in the robot's buffer.
Sonic, the Babylonians weren't able to control the power of those meteorites.
What do you mean?
I figured out how they can change gravitational polarity. It's a black hole. The meteorites amplify gravity to form black holes. That's the lightless black that attacked the Divine Wings.
The power units are resonating together, forming a giant black hole.
Oh yeah, they went out of their way to make like a CG cutscene just for this portion too. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like how, like for the few frames before Babylon Garden gets destroyed, I actually like what was going on here.
Whoa! What the?
And then I don't get what the heck's happening all with all this right here. Like, what even is all this? Just tornadoes? Like, I understand the force, but then just random tornadoes at this point? Like, come on, where does all this come from? It does look kind of awesome though, I'll say that much.
The whole planet will be sucked into the black hole. Thanks, Sonic.
The world is doomed.
Wait! How can we stop this storm?
The core unit in the engine room powers Babylon's Garden. We can disconnect it. That should do the trick.
And how do we get there?
I'll go on ahead.
By going into the black hole, of course. Just makes a lot of sense. So it's basically 6 characters versus an entire black hole. God dang it, Ed. We don't talk about that right now. And yes, there is a timeline with this too, but to be honest, it's really not that hard. Defeat Master Core Abyss within 5 minutes. 6 against 1 giant black hole and a controller right now.
Right, bring it on.
Who can do this? And I still think this is honestly one of the better final bosses in what is it? Yeah, believe it or not, this is Master Core right here. You thought that whatever that is in Smash is the real Master Core? No, this is it right here. Ah, dang it, I got the slow one. And now they're gonna hit it. Never mind. Now, unlike the last one, this one actually takes 6 hits, 2 hits per lap in order to take out the Abyss. But it is very imperative that you take it out as soon as possible. I'm just saying, like I said before, Sonic Riders has clearly a lot of references to these, situations where it's just, like, it's honestly kind of scary these small connections are making right now. Nothing like lore inducing or anything like that. Oh yeah, I forgot, I never mentioned how this whole course works, huh? Okay. So first off, you have no access to, like, any gravity whatsoever. The gravity dive is completely against you. That's all happening outside of your control. But you can beat the boss that way. And the gauge you're charging down there is the only way you can attack it. So you just have to charge it the whole way through. So think of this as like the Babylon Guardian, except now you have to wait for it to call you instead of trying to get to it first. It can be a little bit boring if you don't know how to fight the boss. Or at least know how to get there faster. Oh, and then there's this form. Just gonna throw freaking meteorites at you. Good lord. Why can't Metal Sonic do stuff like this? Like, he's definitely strong enough to do this. In fact, no, forget Metal Sonic, bring Mecha Sonic back. I want to see that character again. Remember Sonic Heroes Mecha Sonic? Alright, last hit. Okay. And that's it. Told you, nothing to it. But for some reason, Babylon Garden stays this way, even after beating Master Core Abyss. Alright, I think there's another CG, yep. This honestly looks nice though, like look at it. Now it's out here in space. Dude, this will honestly be an amazing wallpaper right there.
Well, much as I'll miss the vastness of space, this world still has its charm. Besides,
He's still having that ego going. I gotta beat Sonic. I gotta beat Sonic before I leave.
I wonder what those meteors really were. They had some programming that made them try to gather up the other units. Yeah? It activated when Eggman found the first piece and put it in the mother
Oh, it's the same
computer.
Steven?
All the
Okay.
robots went berserk because they were all connected to the network. At least I think that's what happened.
but who made that program?
I have no idea. Maybe the ancient Babylonians. Or maybe someone even more ancient. Maybe it was a warning for people to stay away from power beyond control.
But the people of
I
Babylon...
can't believe they were the descendants of aliens. They crash-landed on this planet in the ancient past. They disconnected their engine unit and left it in orbit, hoping that someday it would fall back down to the surface. Every time they saw a shooting star.
I bet they'd wish they could get back to their home planet.
Dang, Sonic. That's kinda deep.
Maybe that's why people started wishing on shooting stars.
Alright, I actually like this ending right here too. Look at this, just another race in a small little tube, just going between Jet and Sonic. And then knowing we had another game coming, we thought this would be the final game just coming up. And then we get Free Riders anyway. Now this remix, well, not necessarily a remix, but this version of Catch Me If You Can is so good. I'll actually hear this one out because I think after this I'll do like a rather small board showcase, like just some of the more favorable gears I like to show off, and then that's about it. But right now I will be right back, so enjoy this while you can. Alright, I'm back, but I'm not sure how much more the credits are still going. I think it's really getting to the end anyway, so... where's my controller? Here we go. Okay, looks like it's about to be the end. God dang it. And it just says spin after all. Very nice credits. I'll listen to Ungravitify for the ending bit of this stream, but right now it's time for the biased version of the Gear Showcase, because there are some that I'm just not too fond of in this game. I'm trying to find like a really short course I can test this stuff with. Okay, so ignoring all of the better song between the two? I can see that. Like, I can very much see that. Okay, so we're obviously gonna skip all the default gears. Shooting star. Faster. I already showed you what fastest is like, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to see faster either. Turbo star, just like the one in Sonic Riders, just about startup. Light board, just the same one as in first game. Cover S, like in the first game, but you have to actually upgrade it this time. Cover F and P are different, where it's just in different forms, but essentially the same thing. Again, the same thing, but with actual gears. For some reason, this is a lot faster too. I'll actually show off Advantage S. Alright, that was actually kind of lucky. The Shadow. Yeah, if you can tell, the free ride, like the free race here is very much different from the first game. First off, the fact that even the AI now use different vehicles than the one they're stuck with from the very beginning. Second, for some reason, they actually move. Like, it's just an uncanny thing they've done with this game. They make the AI actually freaking move in this game. And by moving, I mean they somehow can move faster than you. Even with the gear that you know is slower, somehow they can just, you know, let's just speed through this because we can. Look at this. It's only like 165, but I'm actually moving fast. Technically, fastest is still one of the faster vehicles in this game, but it's not the fastest. That goes to the... I don't even want to... Okay, let me calm it down a little bit. That title for fastest gear in the game goes to Untouchable, but it has pretty much the same skill set as this, but you know, goes faster. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to show that one off. Of course, I'm gonna go Sonic as like speed type character who get a better benefit of max speed versus any other character in the game. Even if fly type do get like better acceleration out of it. But like I said, if there's one thing that this game suffers from, is from overall poor acceleration compared to the first game. And that's not counting like, you know, oh, speeding through everything, boosting. Oh. I remember that nonsense from 2009, where it's like people were actually complaining about that. I was like, can you believe that? Like, the gravity being a new concept is one thing, especially since, you know, Sonic Riders 1 worked. It worked. But yeah, if that wasn't enough, the fact that acceleration was kind of nerfed in this game is... Ew. I kind of... You know what? I might do a Wii fight so I could look up some of the times they got on the world ranking. Anyone remember this? Okay, well, back to the showcase. I want to stay focused this time. Okay, where was Untouchable? Here we go. This thing... Now, keep in mind, there's no like drift button or anything like that in this game where you can just instantly shift your direction. So imagine something where you can barely turn in a game like this.
All right, bring it on.
Like, look at this acceleration. This is honestly the worst. I'm pretty sure she's gonna take the 100 cap. Yep. Actually, I should be able to get attacked by now. No? Okay. Here we go. Now look at this. We're already up to 171, which is pretty much the same speed as the fastest, and we still have one more to go. So, can you guess how fast this thing can go? Sadly, I'm not really doing much to show off how fast the thing can go because the acceleration, as I've already mentioned before, not the greatest. Yo. Hello? This man is talking about the hovercraft being the best thing. Hold on a second. Oh, I can't even, I know you can't even say that with a straight face. That's so gross. Oh my god, Blaze, relax.
Oh, that one was so fun. When you get like max level with this new character, you have like the twister.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'll admit that was actually pretty fun. Yeah, this thing can go up to like 176. Which it's this game's version of insane speed. It's no 200 or anything like that, but as you could tell, it's not really worth leveling up. Because even if I did get that 100 cap that was pretty much robbed from me, I'd still have to deal with all the turning I would have to do just to be able to even utilize it properly. It's not the greatest. That's all I can say about it. Hyperdrive. Just think of like high booster but in gravity dive form. Whenever you hit something from what as this game called Meteor Burst, you actually zoom in. Like you actually zoom out of here. But it's not worth showing, to be honest. Gravity control booster and master. Pretty much the output of the gravity control really powers up. Oh my god, GameCube boys. Shinobi Ghost form, which means no items can really detect you. You can still get attacked, but you won't be detected. and auto wall run. Anytime you jump on something where you can be able to gravity control into a wall, you automatically shift to it. GPU accumulator, be able to gain GP. Skill booster, my favorite out of this whole thing. And of course,
I actually skipped zero gravity completely. I played Free Riders once.
oh my goodness, you're missing out.
Zero gravity just never. It did interest me. I can't lie. It's just that when I look at the mechanics, I hate that they slowed it down for the sake of a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, I was talking about that too. Of course, I can't talk about what is it. This showcase without mentioning the Chaos Emerald. First off, unlike the first game, you do not get any like rings as a head start. You have to get them like first off. They don't drain as fast until you get to past 60, which I'm actually very close to getting at already. They do increase your rings, so you don't have to worry too much about it. But anytime you do a look at this. Any gravity control action and your thing just drains. Like, unfortunately, oh actually no, I can show it off. Look at that. And the thing is, I'm in this form, which already drains a crap ton of my rings as is. But now Supersonic can retain the title of being the fastest thing alive at being at 180 at a constant rate. It loses to the Big Bang when it's in attack form, but it's just still the best thing. Like, you can't use character shortcuts with this Supersonic form like you can with the one in the first game, but when you're in this form, there's really no need to, and there's also no need to get that barrier since you have a permanent barrier, but all you need to know is you're basically untouchable at this point. Yo. Alright, take care, man.
Alright. I almost said GG's to you, but I just
No.
realized that you didn't play like...
I mean, that works too.
GG's, man.
GG's.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, take care. Alright, so now it's just me. Now, thing is, even if you are boosting and there's no character shortcuts, when you're in this form, you can technically still use the bike shortcuts. So you're not completely out of the league by going in this form. Plus, you still get constant amount of rings. This thing does not slow you down that much. Like, it looks like it does, but that's just because of the fact that the chain's hanging on. But yeah, look at this. Look how much farther I'm getting away from it at this point. They can't, even with the rubber banding, they cannot catch up to me fast enough. Now, thankfully, this game is actually kind of forgiving, where I don't have to... Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'll show it off here. Okay, that's enough of that, because now I'm really down in rings. Oh boy. I think I might have screwed up. Alright, come on. Let's get that boost again. Here we go. Like, you can boost anytime you want in the first game. It costs 20 rings. You boost automatically in this game when you hit 60 rings, and then Free Riders, if you do the kick boost, you're stuck in that boosting until you run out of rings. It runs down like pretty quickly, but not too much. On top of that, it's honestly the fact that nothing can stop you. Like, anytime you do a trick in that game, you get an automatic S rank, and maybe S plus if you time your jump. I'm not sure if you can get X, but I don't think anyone cares. Angel or Devil? Oh my god. This is the one thing you will see everyone use, like from early Zero Gravity days. And all from one simple mechanic, which is the slot gear that you're going to see right here. Once you get, I think it's 50 rings for this. But like, this thing is honestly very decent in speed. And once you get to 50, it'll start spinning with the slot over here. You have to you actually have to time it. If you time it with the Angel, you get speed up, and I believe it buffs your items as well. But if you get the Devil, I'm actually not sure what happens, but I think I think your items also get better in that too. Look at that. I get an item in an attack item in first place. Broken. See ya. And I get another one. Okay, it didn't stack. It didn't stack. If it stacked, that would have been hilarious. But yeah, as you can tell, the angel is the one you need, is the one you want. Not the one you need, but the one you want. I got it again. Look at this. This is disgusting. This is disgustingly broken. And this is all just from a coin flip of a slot of a gear change. Can I get it again? Yo! This is so clean. Okay, I thought I was gonna get it again, but let's see if I can get it over here. Okay, no, but this is actually just as good, even though I have a max range. Yeah, you could tell this thing has this thing could put serious buffs to your item usage. Look at that, 100 GP, and I didn't even need it. There's no reason to pick the devil over this. I still don't even know what the devil really does. I know this also increases your max speed, but when you get stuff like an attack item at first place, I don't really think it matters what you get from an item buff. You got the best thing in first place. It's like getting a star, or maybe like... No, it's like getting a golden mushroom in first place. That's how crazy this thing is. I'm gonna actually look up what you need to do to, I mean, what benefits you get for choosing the devil over the angel. Alright, where's my phone? Because I'm going to look this up. Come on. There's devil. Oh yeah, did you know that, apparently, the angel devil thing came back as a bike in Freeriders? I've never heard about that. That's weird. But at least that's good to know. I'm trying to see, like, they're not giving me too much, okay, here we go. So the angel mode increases the chance of picking up attack and explosion power-ups, and higher levels of super rings and GP boosts. While the devil mode increases the chance of lower levels of super rings, part locks, while making it impossible to get GP boosts. Wow. And remember, you only get one chance the whole race. So if you get that, you're pretty much stuck with it the entire game. I mean, it's really easy to get Angel, but that's really... I didn't think it was that big a loop. Like, you get one that's an attack up, and you can get super rings and GP boost, whereas the other one is lower. Like, okay, this one is higher and this one's lower. Like, lower where you get lower levels of items, and you can make it... and it makes it hard for you to get GP boosts. And that's that's basically off a coin flip. That's insane. Oh, and beginner, for some reason, beginner is actually really good. Like, it has really good stats, and then the slots of it being item rank up can also be crazy. It's nothing like the angel or anything like that, but oh boy, it's still really good. It's definitely a lot better than the beginner in the first game. At least in terms of like what the game will be offering you. Look at this. This is actually pretty good acceleration too. I don't really slow down that much. Like what, 164? Why is this thing faster than my default gear? At like with the speed up and everything. It doesn't use, from what I understand, this thing doesn't use up that much GP either. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way with, since you know, the gear itself is not tied to air. Yeah, you're not gonna get anything crazy like an attack power, but that's just gross. Like, just thinking about Angel and Devil still just gives me shivers how if you get the Devil, you're really screwed. This thing is just really good. Like I said before, it's just really good. Give this to like a flight character like Tails or someone who has a really good acceleration, and you honestly have a solid racer right there. I will say this, even though the acceleration kind of sucks with a lot of the boards in this game, the characters on the other hand benefits off the acceleration a lot more than the first game. Just because of how much it is, how much harder it is to actually get the top speed. So it's like, you want to pick an actual reason to go for like speed up, or just pick higher top speed with lower acceleration. So it's like, hey, take your pick. Like, there's an actual balance right there, even if it is a bit skewed in my eyes. And I'm pretty sure the eyes of many as well. So there's no boost that can make you force the acceleration and everything. Alright, now I know I finished this whole race with this, but I'm gonna stay true to what I did with the first game and just showcase what this thing has to offer. Not, you know, play the whole race, because especially since this game is slower, you know, it'll definitely drive a lot of more people away. Okay, with that out of the way. Oh yeah, and the cool thing about this, unlike the first game, there's no like exclusive gear outside of like the Chaos Emerald where you have to really worry about, so it's like, I already showed this off, get max GP and you can go into attack form whenever you want. The Gambler actually doesn't suck in this game. It doesn't suck in this game. Like, it's hard to get rings. It's hard to get rings once you reach the highest cap that this thing can enable, but it actually doesn't suck in this game.
All right, bring it on.
Now, I am playing free race, so you're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to accept that I will get passed up by a lot of people at this point, but wow, that's actually very convenient. So that's the first ring cap up. Look at that. I'm up to 150 rings now. Do you think I can go up to 200? Right? Now let's go above and beyond to 250. Now all I gotta do for the rest of the game is just make sure I stay in first and collect the rings. And this thing is actually pretty decent in speed too. I said decent, not good. I will give this thing credit where credit is due, but at the same time, it's still one of the slower vehicles. It's just, I can at least tolerate the fact that I can play the course here, since the gravity mechanic actually works well here, and it's not me just doing like a shortcut palooza. On top of that, without having to worry about people constantly attacking me through those boosts, gathering rings is actually not much of a chore this time around. Look at that. I'm already up to like 215. Like, the only reason I'm doing a full race here is just because I want to show off, because the benefit, the major benefit this thing has requires me to finish the race. Like, I have to finish it in order to show it. If there were anything else, I would have skipped it. Yeah, the acceleration on this thing is actually pretty decent too. Like, why is the acceleration on this decent, but in the first game where you can just boost all day, it's actually still really hard to keep up the top speed with it. And the top speed is already not that great. Yo, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck was that camera angle? Like, I'm not sure if you saw that real quick, but oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, so all I gotta do is just finish the race. Come on, X rank, X rank. Yeah!
Sweet.
Look at that. Look at that go. Look at that go from, what was it, 1900 something to 400, not 4, yeah, to 2439, just like that. Just from one race, 500 rings. Wanted is the same thing, but the boost is not the same as the Gambler. And this requires you to not get hit. If you get hit, you only get the 250 you collect. Magic Broom. This thing is the actual devil. Not the angel devil. This is the actual devil. But really, this thing is only really good if you're playing in multiplayer. Like the whole slots and everything. Base stats up, attack time up, GP usage. Yeah, even getting hit with a car counts. Like, you gotta go unscathed, no damage. You can't get attacked by a bomb. You can't get attacked by approaching riders. You can't touch any obstacles that hurt you. Like, you can touch obstacles that just make you like, not make you feel like you're about to lose balance, because that doesn't actually hurt you. It just bumps you. But anything, like basically anything that makes you lose rings counts as a hit. Base stats up, attack time up. This thing you can just, for some reason, you can infinitely just use for some reason. It's actually really gross. Let me show you. Actually, let me go tails on this one, because I actually like playing the other characters here. If there's one thing I will say this game does well, is that it actually wants me to play other characters outside of speed, because of the whole no boosting or drifting thing, overlooking so many weaknesses of the boards. I think that's why a lot of people like it. Like, there's a lot of things you can pick out of it, but those weaknesses don't really shine, because you can just boost and like do quick drifts in order to overlook them just as easily. You see that small little gravity, like amount of GP I have right there? That super small M&M size right there. Alright, so let's fix base stats up. But now I can't use any GP at all. Alright, so let me restart that, because that was actually pretty bad. Like, that small little usage that you just saw right there, that's literally all I got. That whole sequence. Yeah, that counts as a hit. But yeah. And look at that. It doesn't even fill up. Like, this thing can do pretty well with catching up, but look at the speed. 149? That's a new low. That's a new low right there. It's like the game knows that this thing sucks, so they have to give you stats that'll help you do comebacks. Artificial comeback maneuvers. Think Rage, but you actively play worse out of it. Okay. Attack time up, so whenever I'm in the middle of like an attack animation, like that right there, oh my god! He still hit me. How did he still hit me? I got out of the way. Like, what the heck was that? Okay, that was my fault. Like, it was also the rip, but it was still my fault. Another attack? Oh my god, no, get away. Get away. Come on, move. Move. Okay. I haven't even, you know what the sad part is? I haven't even mentioned what the last thing does. I'll get to it eventually, but oh my god, this thing sucks, as you can tell right now. I don't think you need to wait just to know that much. And look at this, I'm in 8th and I still haven't even gotten an attack item. But let me show you what the last thing does, GP usage off. Do you think it will just allow you to speed up and like, well, not speed up, but like increase the gauge? No, believe it or not, for 25 seconds you have infinite usage of the gravity points. Imagine being so behind that the one saving grace you have is 25 usage of... That is all... They're all the way over there. They're all the way over there. I cannot catch up to this. Like, I can use gravity dive all I want through this entire section, but I'm not catching up. I'm not, and the thing is, it refills as well, but as you can tell, this thing sucks. It actually sucks. No, get off of me. This actually sucks. Okay, so I skipped some of these. Like, I want to show off these two. What an air ride is and what a yacht is. I was about to say what a yacht is. Oh my god. Like, I didn't know I was that far behind. Like, I know it was like 8th place, but they were already in the goal. They were already CPU in the goal. That's actually disgusting. Like, it'd be one thing if it was like real people. Because, you know, real people can be skilled like that, but when I see AI, like, freaking CPU just body me like that, I feel gross. I feel like I'm just, ugh. Oh my god, Rouge, please no. Please, please, please don't. God dang it. Okay. At least I'll just show off the stuff in normal order. So this is what an air ride looks like. Not what you think, right? Alright. Did I forget to mention that some vehicles actually have pretty decent, I'm pretty sure you've seen what an air ride does. Just go through these. Alright, so wait until we get to what a yacht looks like. I'm pretty sure they might end up increasing speed too. No, it actually decreases speed. How the heck? Alright, so the interesting mechanic about the yacht is that there is a thing called slipstream, where it's basically drafting. You can actually draft behind opponents and be able to use that to catch up. Think turbulence, but now it's more personal, more one-to-one, as opposed to just waiting for someone to pass you through turbulence and all that. But for some reason, yachts are naturally much slower than an air ride or pretty much any vehicle. The only benefit is just catching up through slipstream. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'm not going to try showing off the whole thing because, you know, slower game. Anyway. Roadstar. The saving grace of the wheel is being able to drift because you can't air drive for some reason. Not air drive, you can't use gravity control. The Omni Tempest. So how much has this thing changed from the first game? We know that the first game allows you to use all the things you want at once. And this game uses slots, so you can't use everything at once. But so let's see how it works. So right now we got grind. And whenever you want to change it, unfortunately this thing has an unforeseeable flaw where it's like if you want to change to a particular thing, it's completely locked out. You have to wait until the next race in order to use it. And now I use this, and now that's it. Now, there is a way you could time it to where it can make the race much faster. Like, if you just wait until it goes to, like, say, the bike, and then you can go to, like, the grinding and such, and then you can go to air ride. There's a reason why the rainbow is the last and most expensive thing. The rainbow is basically this, but it's infinitely interchangeable. You can just keep going through gear change forever. And there's really no loss out of it. Now Amigo thankfully is a speed type, so I can show off hyperdrive. But I'll do that in the 90s Boulevard. There we go. I actually like Amigo over II in Sonic Riders games. Like in the actual games, Super Monkey Ball all the way. Like, it's not a really good comparison since they're two different genres, but still. But like I said earlier, when you go on the gravity dive, the meteor bursts are what matters here. The grinding thing is just something on the side to pick up for GP. Nothing really super useful, but it's nice. It'll help out on the way there. There's not much I can say on that. It'll just be a nice help. But wait until you see Amigo's attacks. I really like his attacks. You can probably guess what they are. Like, just take a small guess while I'm doing this. Alright, check this out. Oh, and you better be quick about it too, because this thing drains your GP like it is nothing. Like with Supersonic, and him just draining your rings like it's nothing. Okay, that was pretty bad. Well, at least now I can grind. Okay, I want to say this real quick. Am I the only one that looks like freaking Amigo isn't even on the actual board? Look at it! Look at how fast that goes. That's actually supersonic speed, literally supersonic speed. But because it eats up so much GP, you need the gauge to get increased. It is a need, not a want. Much better. Okay, I think that's good enough. That should be good enough for like the next gravity dive. Alright, here goes. Now I know, I forgot that it wasn't supposed to be the full race, but this time it was actually really short. Like, I didn't even realize how short it was until I ended up actually finishing the race. That was my fault though. I did say not to finish a race like that. Okay. Gravity Control Master and Gravity Control Boost, same thing, but this one has stronger boost. Like, this thing has stronger boosts with a GP gauge up, while this one has weaker but more boost. You know the legend, why I said the legend in Sonic Riders 1 is pretty pointless? This one is kind of the same thing. Like, if you're not good with timing, then you use this, but otherwise, it's not, it's nothing really. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, it's just nothing. GP Accumulator. It just gathers GP up more than anything in the game. Now, I just want an excuse to use this, actually. Like, I just want an excuse to use this. This thing has really good stats, speed up, acceleration up, and durability up. Think of this like as okay. Actually, no, that's not a good comparison. I'm not even sure if you touched. You said you weren't touching free riders. This is basically the potential gear in free riders, but instead of like there being multiple, instead of like just with more slots, I'll just leave it at that. This thing has really good stats and slots that actually boost up those stats to something really good. It's a really good board. And once I got max speed up going, then we're really in business. Oh, come on. Oh my god. Oh. Oh yeah, if you couldn't tell, there's actually a sound that comes out of this whenever someone attacking is coming right behind you. Just wanted to mention that. Alright, now we got max speed up, which is actually a pretty good speed up as well. Alright, bye-bye, Eggman. Oh my god, is he charging again? Okay, okay. Yeah, look at this. This is actually really fast. It's really smooth. The turning is really good. Like, it's just a good board. There's really not much to comment on about that. It's awesome. I'll just leave it at that. It's awesome. You know what's not awesome? This course right here, Astro Babylon. Obviously, this is the Babylon after it got destroyed and after we beat Master Core Abyss. But good lord, they did not try with this one. I forgot what the G-Shot was, but let me see. Reserve tank. It's basically you can't gain GP normally. The reserve tanks you see right there, that's all you got. It feels like your GP like all the way up, but that's really it. Like if you don't have this, if you're not good at reserving your GP without having to use up all your tanks, this thing's not that great. No, not really. I'm trying to find out something else I haven't touched yet. I think I definitely skipped over a lot of these. The ones that I haven't already shown off. Airship, nah. And the thing is, there's a lot more boards I gotta unlock in this one compared to when I first started the stream with the first Sonic Riders games. I'll do this one. Just for this course right here, it'll make a lot more sense, but good lord. You know how you didn't like the way Babylon Guardian in the first game was like? Think of that without the boss. Actually, I want you to look at the map when it shows up. Just look at the map real quick. Oh wait, it didn't do it automatically? What the? Oh, I'm an idiot. I gotta actually freaking turn on the slot. How did I forget about that? Alright, so that's an L right there, but like what happens is like once you do a trick, I'm supposed to automatically snap over there, but for some reason I somehow forgot about that I still need to actually. Oh, well, we just knocked off that benefit. Yeah, there's really nothing to comment on about this stage. It's really that boring. Only reason I would ever do this is just for... In fact, no. That's actually kind of a lie. It does get more interesting, but that's only because bits and pieces of the wall later break off, and you'll be able to take a much greater shortcut than what's shown here. But that's all I wanted to show you about that stage. What I want to show you about the actual gear, I'll go to Gigan Rocks instead. Way more fun. Way more. And as you can see, I'm not complaining about the skates because they actually skate and grind and everything like skates normally would. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still kind of stuck on like how skates in the first Sonic Riders game don't automatically grind, and that there's a specific ability for it you need to use just to do that. So silly. Okay, now I got auto wall run. When we make the next lap, I'll show you what this thing does. Okay. Ready? Ooh, that was nice. Thank you, Storm. Okay, where is it? Here we go. As you can see, now I'm transparent when I'm in ghost form. They can't see me. And then, you know, I'm actually pretty, and it looks like I'm doing some pretty decent speed when I'm just going straight forward. Alright, you ready to see this? Hope you didn't miss it. The work of Shinobi. Alright, but you did seem like you missed it, so let me show you one more time before I just get out of here, because, you know, gotta follow the rules. And look at this, it looks like I'm going much faster than I did before, like, look at this. This is real speed right here. Did you get it this time? So you know how, like I said before, when you go off and jump and you need to get to a wall, you use gravity control to get there. But with the auto wall run, it makes you disappear. It automatically locks you to the wall you're closest by, and then you reappear right there. So it skips that whole process and makes it a lot faster. There's another gear like that, but in air ride form, but I don't have that unlocked yet. I think you even saw it in the shop. Yeah, the Kunoichi right here. Is it Kunoichi? It looks like a K. Maybe the Kunoichi? I don't know. Like it looks like a K. For some reason, capital H and K look really similar in this game. Money Crisis. I remember the Berserker in Sonic Riders, where it's like you're super slow. You gain air from. What is it? You can't gain air through the character shortcuts, tricks. Oh right. You're right. There is no like sound like that in Japanese. I keep forgetting about that. Anyway, you can't gain air through character shortcuts, tricks, or the pits. You can only do that from attacking and like getting an item from that if you're lucky. This thing is 10 times worse than that. Because this thing, as you can read from the description, and I tested this to be sure, you can only speed up when you get rings. And when you, like, only when you collect rings, not when you have them, when you collect them. And there's like no gear parts to use for like gear changes or anything to help with like increasing the ring cap. What you see in that is gonna be what you get. And oh my god, it sucks. So bad. I'm not like, I know I sound like I'm mad exaggerating, but that's how bad it is. There's no exaggeration necessary for this. We don't, like, I'm gonna have to showcase this because I know there's gonna be some disbelief here. This right here, not this. This is good. This right here is good. Like, you can even see by the stats, it's actually pretty nice. But this, oh my god, I feel sick. If you have no rings in the bank, yeah, like, you go really, like, this thing is super slow at base speed. You need to collect rings in order to speed up. It's gross. Like, this is the very opposite of the Big Bang, where like you can just speed up when you gain GP. No, this, you need rings to even compete. Throttle is literally RNG the gear. I like it. This one I like a lot more because you can get a speed up, you can get a, what is it? You can get a starting speed up, which is basically acceleration or top speed. You can get a durability up. I think you get GP up and stuff like that, but I'm not sure. I don't know about all that. GP tank. This thing just stocks your energy. Like, you just build it up. Nothing too crazy. Bingo star. Perform 3 chicks at the same rank. Bingo. Wind catcher. It's basically like any other yacht in the game, but this one, for some reason, it gains GP from doing the slipstream. The crazy, basically, like I said before in the first Super Sonic Racer, Sonic Riders game. Pretty much, it's the same thing as Super Sonic, but there's no like boost this time. Rail linker. When you jump on the first one, the gear does everything by itself. Like everything. You can jump. It does everything you want by itself. All you gotta do is just get on the rail the first time, and there you go. The hang on. This thing is the best. This thing is the best gear that I still have to get. And then there's this. This thing, like it says right there, the only gear with unlimited gear changes, and this thing can rule everything. The stats are by the books, but good lord, when you master this, I honestly would say that this is one of the better gear in the game. It takes a while to master though. And quite honestly, here's the process that I need to do in order to grind everything. I'm gonna do one Grand Prix just to give you a demonstration. Just one. Because I don't want to make this too long of a stream, and I'm pretty sure I already have with like all the what is it? Oh. Hold on a second. That was weird. Was that my phone? Okay, anyway. Let me show you the Grand Prix. It wasn't like, that's definitely not the sound of Discord. It wasn't Streamlabs. It had to be my phone. No, my phone isn't even on sound. What the heck? Alright, whatever. Alright, so now, like I said before, because we're playing Grand Prix, the AI will actually start slowing down. It's as if picking Gambler, the game knows, you know what, he's trying to grind out the stuff. We'll let him grind it out. Now, obviously, that's not the intention of the AI. Like, they're not trying to go super easy on you. In fact, the first lap is actually the hardest of the whole thing. You may not look it right now because they're super slow, but I promise you it is. But here's the whole grinding process. First, within the first lap, I try to get both gear changes before I go on throughout the rest of the race. And it's really easy to collect rings in this game, like really easy. And look at that, now all I gotta do is collect the rest of the rings within the rest of the race, and then I gotta repeat the process the next 5 times, and then that's it. Now like I said, the gambler here isn't really that slow, so I'm thankful, I am so freaking thankful that it's not slow. Like, it feels slow though, I'll tell you that much though. Just because of the nature of the game, it still feels slow. There we go, that's more like it. The game knows.
Ready? Go!
There we go, this is more like it. Now unfortunately, I'm not gonna lie, there's really not much to comment on if I'm doing grinding like this the whole Grand Prix, because as you can already tell, the times you get in these courses compared to the first game are much, you know, in the racing sense, much longer. It's a little tedious, I'll say that much. Not terribly interesting, but at the very least, I will say this, even though it's not the fastest way to do it, it's definitely the most efficient, because I think the only other way of making this more efficient is if you have a second person with you and you both have the gambler. Because here's the thing, if both of you have it, that's basically 1,000 rings. 1,000 rings, keep that in mind, 1,000 per race. And then that'll be up to 6,000 instead of just 3,000 when you finish the whole thing. Now add on top of that the 500 you get from first place, and I think if you manage to tie it, another 500 if you tie first. If you both tie for first, that's 500, so that's basically 7,000 rings right there per Grand Prix. You could get almost every gear in the game that way by just doing that whole process. Like, I think, let me go back. You can go up to, I'd say around here. Now, obviously there are some that I got within that 7,000 range, but like you can get up to around here with just doing that method. It's a lot simpler, but the thing is, it's still just as, it can be a lot more fun with a second person, but if both of you aren't super interested in the game, then like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work out too much. Because like, you'd still just be fighting the game. So you already saw the process of the Grand Prix. I'm not going to do the whole thing. So what I will show off for the last part of this stream, other than Ungravitify, because I think I said I was going to show that off. I think I did. I can't show this off without a second Wiimote, because truth be told, you really do not even need a second player for this one. In fact, I think I have a second Wiimote. I do! Alright! Alright, we're going to try it. Oh, this is gonna be so weird doing this. Okay. Now, player 1 has to choose the relaying vehicle. As you could probably guess, you guys have to swap between the two. Alright. So here's how this works. The first lap is pretty much like any other race. But then the next lap, when you get through it, you have to make sure both you and the other person here is moving.
All right, bring it on.
I'll do my best.
Like, it'll be a lot easier to show you than just to try telling. But yeah, this time around, there's only like one other opponent here. So it's not going to be super crazy like having like 7 others. I say that in a relative sense, to be honest. Okay. Actually, oh yeah, one thing, when it comes to multiplayer modes in this game, the music does not interrupt. This also holds true to like playing Sega Carnival multiplayer. Alright, so we're already about to hit up the second lap. Alright, here's the hard part. There we go. So what happened there was a relay, where basically you and the other person has to be moving. If you get the timing right, you can get 100 GP for the other person moving in, but just like in normal times, if you do it too late, the person gets shocked and gets 0 GP. They'll get the vehicle, it's just they'll get shocked too. And then on top of that, if you're just a little too early, you're just a little too early. Like there's really no loss in being a little too early. So it's literally a relay, but with a gear instead of, you know. But other than that, there's really not much to say. Like, you can do this with up to 3 people even. Like 3 people in one team, 2 people, like 4 people, like 2v2. It's really fun. Like, this will honestly be a very interesting challenge to do for myself when I try doing some stuff moving forward. But right now, I'm gonna show off the other stuff. Yeah, you can increase it in increments of 2 because, you know, 2 people, increments of 2, you know. Anyway. Survival ball. This one, I'm not too crazy about. Like, let's go here. Here. Just like in first Sonic Riders, you're stuck with the default gear. Oh, and you do the same head start. So here's what happens. You gotta use gravity in order to pick up the ball. Make sure you can home in and then be able to pick it up. Think being silver, but instead you're actually using gravity to pick things off. And then you toss it into the ring. Actually, you know what? This actually reminds me of the little game of, like, the little game of ball you can do for. You can actually intercept the goal too, by the way. Like, they toss it. If you're close enough, you can pick. You can end up picking up with the gravity control. Now, from what I understand, there's really, like, look at this. Okay, I wasn't close enough to do it, but you get the idea. And then you use the force of the gravity control to just pick it up and throw it into a goal. Just like that. Bad Rocket League. Basically. I don't know what else to say at that. Basically. Unfortunately, you still have the like. For some reason, you still like accelerate very quickly in this compared to everything else you've seen in the game so far. Okay, I'm not nearly close. Now, if you need to get close to the ball, all you gotta do is just do this. Unfortunately, it doesn't pick up the ball. Oh wow, she actually made that in. Alright, I won't stay on here for too long, because as much as I enjoyed that, and there is a small time limit, it's not too long actually, see? You can do up to like 3 minutes or match points to like 100 and stuff like that. Very easy stuff. Survival battle is where you can also use. Now, unfortunately, they got really bad with like the level design with this. Like, not necessarily level design, but it's just somewhat interesting. Like, you know how in the first game you had a castle, like a little bit of an ice fortress where you could play hide and seek, and then like in space like this, you can just use the, what was it? I'm trying to think. Like, I'm trying to think this. Like, oh yeah, in the space where the platforms can fall. Here, it's all space, but it's all space, but just different shapes. That's it. Now here, you gotta pick up these rockets through these items and then use gravity control in order to throw them. I think you can use gravity dive to throw them all at once, but really? Okay, no you can't, but it can help you get out of the way much faster. You can, I think it can pick up to 4 at once, which can be pretty much an instant KO. But make sure you're not stuck in gravity control when someone throws a rocket, because it will stay there with you. And like that, Sonic is actually dead. Uh-oh. Believe it or not, oh yeah, and you have force fields as well. That's actually kind of new to me. Running out of GP? No problem. They got items for that too. Okay, I'm about to be dead. And of course it's Shadow who might end up killing me. This is actually 06 right now. What the heck? This is actually the second fight of Silver in 06. Oh, are you serious? I lost the barrier to a... Oh my god. Of all things to lose my barrier to... Where is he at? Where are you? Okay. You have a lot of time too, by the way, so don't... Oh, 4 at once, you're not blocking this. Hold that. And of course I'm too far away. That's it. Alright, we got the alternate ending. Yeah, there's not much interesting to say about that. You could pick out like this one where it's like gravity pit where there's like holes you could fall out of. And here where it's like you can split into 4 floors and like you can knock them out so you can be able to take a point. Whenever they fall, that's like a free hit, by the way. But I'm not too crazy about the survival modes in this game. Alright, so I got one last thing to check out, but I am gonna need Wiimfi to do it. Thankfully, what I have is a legal copy of the game, so I don't have to worry about the whole process of patching it and all that. Okay, first off, because for some reason the Wii U version of Homebrew just does that. Wii? Anytime now. I really hope it did not freeze, just trying to increase the aspect ratio. Oh, come on. Wait, let me check my Wiimote. That's the best way to check. Oh, it froze. Oh my god. Okay. I'll be right back. God dang it, I hate when that happens.
Sega.
I can't believe it, I actually still got them. Yeah, sorry about being muted, but there was some noise going on. And on top of that, I also didn't realize I was muted, so, you know how that stuff goes. Yeah, Extreme is the highest rank in this. I forgot what they showed off. Like, I know Extreme's the highest one. I know Great is in there, Good and Bad are all in there. But as you could probably tell, if you get all Extreme in both Babylon and Heroes Mission, you unlock the Chaos Emerald. So, I think that's about it, really. I've done everything at this point. At the theater, it's just everything we've done so far. The audio room is just this. We're gonna Gratify and Catch Me If You Can. Gear galleries where you can look at everything, but we won't do that because I don't have all the necessary stuff. Here's where you can change like audio settings, language, rumble, control, and changing your game data if you have more than one. Alright. There's really not much I can say about this because I already know I'm probably not going to end up grinding for all the gear in the game. So what I'm going to do now is that we're going to go over to Raito's stream and we're going to raid him. Like, I want you guys to have fun with this as much as I am. Alright, so let me make sure this thing is turned down. Okay. Perfect. Okay, now let me go to my channel real quick. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I want you guys to go here. Wait, let me make sure I'm not. Okay, I'm also not muted here, but yeah. I want you guys to go here. Whether it be the gaming or YouTube site, it does not matter which one. Go here and use this. I want you guys to use that on your way there. Like, if you want to use the actual YouTube and not the gaming YouTube, just take off the gaming part of the URL and it'll take you to the YouTube part. But anyway, this is October Super Salana. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you there over at Raito's stream if you plan on joining in with me on this. See ya!